Hello, PHPers. Bruce back here with another video on classes, and I thought I'd just change up the class for a second here and have a person class, and you can see this class defined on line 3, okay? Now, this class only has one method. Excuse me, it's called say hello. And, it just echoes out, hello from inside a class. Okay, very simple stuff. Now, I just wanted to show you one other thing, right? We saw in a previous movie get class methods, right? We saw that function that was able to take the name of a class and give you all the methods, right? Another way to iterate through all the methods of the class, right, if you want to see them all or maybe list them out, okay, maybe for an API you're developing or something, is using the for each statement, right? So you can say for each methods as method, right? So this is the name of the object you want to iterate through, and method is the variable that it's going to be assigned, and then you can just echo out that method or do whatever you want with it, okay? And I think we showed this in the last movie. If method exists, person, and the say hello method is in fact there as part of the person class, then hey, that method exists, else it does not, okay? So let's go on to my next example here. And here is where, again, we just create a new person, right? Person and person2 happen to be our classes. And again, this is kind of just a review. Okay, I just wanted to show it to you with something other than a dog. And here we're saying, hey, get the class of the person. And here we're using the isa, right? Is person based on, is the person here that we created based on the person class. All well and good. And then at the very bottom, right, we take that person and we call the say hello method. Okay. Good job. So now we're on number 4, okay? And let's take a look at this. Again, this is the person class, and it has a function called say hello. And inside of it, it says hello from inside this class. And then it says get class this, okay? Dollar this, okay? Dollar this. So what this is going to do is going to get the class name of itself, of this, okay? So just get used to that referring to itself, okay? The particular instantiation of itself, that particular object. Okay, and then on line 8, we have function hello, which says, hey, take the current object that you're in and call its say hello method. So I'm calling a method within itself here. See, I'm saying this particular instance, right? Call the say hello function, okay? And then I think you know all this stuff down here, okay? So pretty neat, right? So let's just look at line 15. Okay, line 15 says, hey, the person that you created on line 13, right? Call it hello, right? Method, which is right here, which then in turn calls itself and says, hey, call say hello, which then goes up to line 4 and does what it needs to do, okay? So going a little bit more into this stuff, okay? We saw it right here on line 12, okay? Hello from inside the class, get class this, okay? All well and good. I think you're okay with that. And then look at lines 15, 16, and 17 right here, right? We are returning, right? Returning, not echoing. We're returning back to the thing that called it, right? This first name, okay? Notice here that this, right? First name up here, okay? See that right up there. Okay. Now we haven't defined first name yet. We'll take a look at that in a second. The other thing is this and last name. So you're able to access, right, the current object's properties, right, using the $this keyword. Okay, the $this keyword gets a little hairy, and don't worry, we'll be practicing it in class. So going down to line 21. So we're creating a new person and assigning it the variable $person. We are then echoing out the arm count for that person, and the default arm count is 2. Okay, so if we go down to line 24 here, and 25, okay, and 26, we are able to set the property values for arm count, first name, and last name to whatever values we want, right? Because first of all, they weren't defined here, okay? They weren't defined. Well, they were instantiated, but they didn't have a value, okay? So on line 7 and 8, right, we are setting it to 3 and 2. But again, we can override the arm count because you may have 3 arms. We're setting your first name to Lucy and your last name to Edwards. Okay, lines 24, 25, and 26. Okay, so now if we create a new person on line 28 and 29 and 30, what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, take that new person that you created and set their first name to Ethel and their last name to Elgort. Okay, so again, the class is acting as a template for all types of people that we create, right? We have Lucy and Ethel. Okay, now we are able to, right, echo out the person's first name and new person's first name, and of course they would come out. I don't think I need to demonstrate that to you. Carrying on to line 35, let me uncomment it, and 36, we are now calling person's full name method. So full name is right here, and that's returning to us the first name, a space, and their last name. So if we go back down here, right, where are we? Echo, let's see, full name right here. So it's just going to return that string and give it to us back. And same thing with line 36 for the new person. So the class is actually able to return stuff to us, okay? And line 38 is saying, hey, get all the class variables for person. And then in the next line, it's saying, hey, echo all that stuff out. And I think I want to show you this, okay? So what are class vars, right? What do you think they are? Do you think that they are these up here? Well, guess what? I think they are. So let's save this. Let me go to the demos thing here, and I think actually this is demos. It's not in that one. It is called class example 5. So let me navigate back here to classes, and let me go to demo 5. Okay, so look what it did here. It gave us back the arm. It gave us back first name, last name, arm count, and leg count. So let's see, var and value. Let's just put something in here so we can see what we're doing here. Okay, let's just put a greater than sign so you can see where exactly. Okay, so we are getting first name, last name, arm count, and leg count. Now, look at what it's doing here, right? It's just getting the variables for the generic class that we created, not for a specific object, okay? So check that out, get class vars. That's going to give you all of the properties, all the variables, 5, 6, 8, and 9, okay, on those lines. And then the last one is saying, hey, does the property exist in person called first name? And we're using the ternary operator here, okay? If you don't remember how to do this, go look it up with a question mark. So it's a short way to write an if statement. It's saying, hey, if first name exists in the person class, then print out, echo out true, else echo out false. And if we go to the person, is first name, right, a property of person? You bet it is. And if we go back and we refresh, it's saying true, okay? So again, study the code. You're gonna probably need this, know how to do this in your final project. Okay, so the nomenclature is all new, but I think you'll be able to do just fine. If you have any questions, you know where to ask them.